keep stumbling through these things. Oh, it says I'm live there on YouTube. We'll see. Welcome to another edition of Saturday Night, part of the Saturday Night, Sunday Morning Trademark streaming concert series. I hope everyone had as good a week as could be expected with the global pandemic sweeping across the land. There was a lot of death this week. I had a pretty good week with the girls here. I didn't really go out too much. Went shopping once at the grocery store. Otherwise, we've made ourselves, a pretty happy little nest here. I started making some masks. We didn't get very far with Rosie, but I want to make some more masks. I thought I'd start tonight with a song. I was like, this is pretty heavy stuff, this global pandemic, and I just want a happy song to start with before getting into anything else. And so, I picked this one by 3 Dog Night. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. He was a good friend of mine. I never understood a single word he said, but I sure helped him drink his wine. He always had some mighty fine wine. I'm singing joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Said joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. If I was the king of the world, I'd tell you what I'd do. I'd take all the tars and the bars and girls, and I'd make sweet love to you. I'd make sweet love to you. Joy to the world. I said all the boys and girls. Said joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. That's not the right one. Here it is. I know this song very well. I love the ladies. I love to have my fun. I'm a high-flying rider and a rainbow rider and a straight-shooting son of a gun. Said a straight-shooting son of a gun. Now joy to the world, all the boys and girls, and joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me, and joy to you and me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Said joy, joy to the world. I said all the boys and girls, and joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea, and joy to you and me. Joy to you and me. Joy to you and me. All right. Jeremiah. All right, Jeremiah. Forgot to leave those out. There we go. So, I realized with Facebook that when I have the camera so that I can see the camera and I can see who's texting, everything's backward. I guess it doesn't really matter. So I'm going to switch the camera around so I can actually see if anyone's saying anything on my phone. Hold on. Oh, yeah, Justin's watching. See? Now I got to swap it around. There we go. Oh, Jesus, man. I think this is called production value. Hey, Jesse's watching. All right. See, now I can see on the phone who's watching. Oh, but I don't know if I can make this stay or not. We're having technical difficulties here. Stay. Doesn't want to stay like that. Well, maybe I can convince it to stay. I'm not so sure that's any better. What do you think, Justin? Or Jesse? Is that better? All right. There we go. Things may be backwards, but I can see. If anyone texts on there. And if anyone's texting over here in live texting on YouTube, I can theoretically see that as well. Yeah. Okay. So I thought I would another song that came to me as I was listening to a snippet of the Queen's inspiring speech to the English people was this song by Vera Lynn. I don't know if Vera Lynn wrote it. I only knew of Vera Lynn from the Pink Floyd album. Not Mission Bell, it was the last one with Roger Waters. Does anyone remember Vera Lynn? Da, da, da. Or maybe that was on the wall. I can't remember. Anyhow, Queen mentioned this, and so thought I'd give it a try. We'll meet again. Don't know where, and I don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. So keep shining through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive those dark clouds far away. Will you please say hello to the folks I know and tell them I won't be long. They'll be happy to know that as you saw me go along, I was singing this very song. Don't know where, and I don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. So keep shining through, just like you always do, till those blue skies drive the dark clouds far away. I don't know where, I don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. So keep shining through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark cloud far away. That's how Vera ended it. That's how I ended it. All right. Okay. Another one down. Hope everyone had like I was saying, I hope you had a good week in the pandemic. I'm sort of settling in. Like I said last week, for me, it's like I keep vacillating between. Oh, so this is what we're doing now. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is what life's like. Okay, fine. And what the fuck is going on? But that last song, when I was learning this song, that changed from the C to the E. I was like, where do I know a song like that? And it was this one by the Grateful Dead. On the day when I was born, when my daddy sat down and cried, I had marked just as plain as day, a could not be denied. They say the cane called Abel, rolling loaded die. Ace of spades behind his ear and him not thinking twice. Half step, Mississippi uptown, toodaloo. Hello baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Half a cup of rock and rye, farewell to you old southern skies. I'm on my way, well I'm on my way. All you got to live for is what you left behind. Well, get yourself a powder charge, man, seal that silver mine. I lost my boots in transit, baby, just a pile of smoking leather. I nailed a retread to my feet, I prayed for better weather. Half step, a Mississippi uptown, toodaloo. Hello baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Half a cup of rock and rye, farewell to you old southern skies. I'm on my way, I'm on my way. Say that when your ship comes in, the first man takes the sails, the second takes the after deck, and the third the planks and rails. What's the use in calling shots? The cue ain't straight in line. The cue ball's made of styrofoam and no one got the time. Half step, a Mississippi uptown, toodaloo. Oh, hello baby, I'm gone, goodbye. Half a cup of rock and rye, farewell to you old southern skies. I'm on my way, on my way, on my way, on my way. Across the Rio Grande, across the lazy river, across the Rio Grande, across the lazy river, across the Rio Grande, across that lazy river. Yeah, Vera Lynn, how about that one? It's another one of those those great Grateful Dead songs. Those a series of songs that Robert Hunter wrote the lyrics to. They were like Tennessee Jet and that one, and these songs that were sort of like Southern in some of the imagery that I always really enjoyed those ones. All right. So, where were we? Oh, yes, worldwide pandemic. That's right. Almost forgot for a second. What else is new in Florence in the worldwide pandemic? Oh, time is just weird. I'm sure everyone out there is feeling this. It's like, what? Who? Sarah's still going to work every day. We have a couple of jobs really spread out in the next couple weeks where it's just going to be Constantine and me on the job site insulating. And so it's like cellulose spray has kind of disappeared from my daily life. I got to pay the bills and I got to do some things online with it. But, boy, time is just like, what? It's what? It's who? It's what? It's when? It's what? Saturday. It's Saturday night. Saturday, night. I thought I'd try this one. Another one that I don't know the words all that well. And lucky for me, the font is really ridiculously small on this one. Maybe I can remember this one. We'll see. What could possibly go wrong? Submarines operator, please put me back on the line. Told my girl I'd be back. Operator, please. This is wrecking my mind. Oh, can it be? The voice is calling me. They get lost. Should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. A broken heart is blind. Pick you up, let you down when I wanna go to some place I can hide. Plans, operator, please. They just disappeared in my mind. Oh, can it be? The voice is calling me. They get lost and out of time. I should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. A broken heart is blind. universe is calling me to get lost and out of time. I should have seen it glow, but everybody knows that a broken heart is blind. And a broken heart is blind. That a broken heart is blind. I remembered most of the words for that one. All right. Hey, Dan Canale, Jim Clark, Bart Rankin, Lisa Lennon. See, I can see who's watching there. I have no idea unless somebody says something on YouTube whether anyone's watching live. But that's all right. But that's all right. Welcome. That was by the Black Keys. I was just listening to the Black Keys today as we were working upstairs. And the ongoing battle with the clothes moths. Clothes moths. There's the flower moths. Those are one thing. That's bad enough. Clothes moths or clothing moths is a completely different battle. And I think we got them licked, but apparently they have a 5-month cycle. I've learned a lot about clothing moths, more than I ever wanted to know. But I have time during the pandemic, I suppose, to learn about clothing moths and to do battle with them. And so I put on some Black Keys. I can't do battle without a little bit of rock and roll in the background. How am I supposed to do battle without rock and roll? All right, let's play another song. Oh, I'm going to play one of mine. Because this is one of my newest songs, and I was thinking, I sort of wrote this before the pandemic came down, just about all the craziness that was happening in the world. Little did I know, it was about to get a lot crazier. And all this talk, well, I don't know about talk, but, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, this is the end times, this the end of the world, the apocalypse, right? The way that I think about that, with the devil and versus God and the 7 seals and all these kind of different cosmologies that talk about, the world coming to an end, is that the world has ended many, many times. I think back to when, the Roman civilization fell apart and they got sacked by it wasn't the Visigoths, it was the, what do you do when you spray paint something? Come on, help me out, Marpa. It's not the graffiti, it's anyhow, Rome got sacked. Someone out there will know who they got sacked by. Dimitri would know if he's online. And after Rome got sacked, that was the end of the world, right? That was the end of the world. Sun came out the next day. Whoever was left were Italians, right? The world kept going on. And I like to think about, these bigger sort of ideas of what is the devil? Does the devil exist? Is the devil on your shoulder? Is the devil talking to you? Are you tempted by the devil? And what does that all mean? It's one way of looking at the world, right? So that was sort of in my mind when when I wrote this song. I'm gonna put a backbeat behind this. It's a straight 8-beat number 1. No bossa nova on this one. Oh, that's right, I moved the chords. Okay, they start down here now. Here we go. can feel the darkness pressing down. You say you're not worried, no, we got plenty of time. 5 minutes to midnight, you better decide. These are troubled times. What happened to the truth? The rich man, he just counted his money, said we need just a little more proof. Well, I'm not gonna say, but the devil is coming off the off-ramp, man, and it's time for you to decide today. These are troubled times, but that ain't nothing new. All this fear and hatred, you got to give the devil his due. If you're standing on the sidelines, wondering which side to choose, I said the devil's walking down Main Street, he's humming those crossroad blues. Looking for you. Walks in, you look like your long-lost friend. So tell me your troubles, you know I'm the only one who can understand. You tired, ain't you so tired of being poor? He's got his pen and paper out, man, and he's standing right there at your door. These are troubled times, but that ain't nothing new. All this fear and hatred, you got to give the devil his due. If you're standing on the sidelines, wondering which side to choose, the devil's walking down Main Street, man, he's humming them crossroad blues. Looking for you. If you're tired and anxious, well, I feel sorry for you. You'll just have to take your number and head to the back of the queue. But these are troubled times, I got worries of my own. It's hard enough to keep my feet on the road, Lord, it's hard enough, you know. Oh, these are troubled times, but that ain't nothing new. All this fear and hatred, you got to give the devil his due. If you're standing on the sidelines and you're wondering which side to choose, well, the devil's at your door. Jimmy! Thanks, Jim. Nobody's chatting on YouTube over here. I don't even know if I'm live on YouTube. But that's all right. We're going to push on. The devil, he is walking down Main Street. Yeah, you could say that these days. But I'm also, once again, as with any disaster, I am boldened up and inspired by all the people helping out. And I feel like I'm in a position where I can, whatever I can do, you know. I am not hurting for money. We have an income still coming in, and you know, people here in Western Mass are doing the right thing with the social distancing, you know, so we are flattening the curve as we speak out here. So as much as I can help out, I got to find ways that I can help out. And if I can make your Saturday night just a little bit better, Peter King, all right. Just played a Grateful Dead song. Thinking of you. You know, if I can make someone's Saturday night or Sunday morning any just a little bit better, that's something I can do. If I can make some masks, that's something I can do. If I can give some money to the, you know, homeless shelter, that's something I can do. And, you know, do my best to just help everyone, you know, get through this time, man. This is a tough time. You know, imagine it's tough here. Holy shit, excuse my French, the third world is just going to get destroyed by this. I mean, you know, what's happening in Ecuador and in that port is just like the very beginning. These African countries, it's going to be bad, man. It just breaks my heart, you know, and I still hope, you know, my optimism on a dark situation like this is that out of this madness, I hope and I pray, and I'll do whatever I can do to help make the world that comes after this blows over a better one, right? With a more compassionate healthcare system in this world and more help for the poor people who are everywhere, right? It's not just the third world, man. There's so many people who are food insecure right now in America. And it's time, I don't know if we got to eat the rich, but it's time to break this income inequality somehow and lift more people up. Universal income, how about that? Let's start with that. So with all this happening, you know, I certainly thought of this song by the Reverend Gary Davis that a lot of these San Francisco bands like the Grateful Dead would cover, called Death Don't Have No Mercy. Have no mercy in this land. So death don't have no mercy, not in this land, not in this land. It'll come to your house. He don't take long. bed in the morning and your sister's gone. I said, death don't have no mercy, not in this land. Death don't take no vacation, not in this land. Death don't take no vacation, not in this land, not in this land. It'll come to your house, oh it don't take long. Look in the bed in the morning and your mother is gone. Have no mercy, not in this land. Well, death will leave you weeping and wailing in this land. Death leave you weeping wailing in this land, in this land. Well, you'll come to your house and it don't take long. You know, you look in the bed in the morning and your brother is gone. Oh, death don't have no mercy, not in this land. Death don't have no mercy, not in this land. Well, death don't have no mercy, not in this land, not in this land. It'll come to your house, your children, it don't take long. Look in the bed in the morning, your whole family's gone. Death sure don't have no mercy, not in this land. Death don't have no mercy, not in this land. Huzzah. I didn't know much about Reverend Gary Davis, so I looked him up on Wikipedia before I learned that song from Grateful Dead concerts and from tapes. They used to play it a lot in the 60s. Didn't really play it too much when I was seeing them live, but So Reverend Gary Davis was sort of discovered as part of the folk revival, and he was recorded by Alan Lomax's wife, I think, doing a spoken word doing stories at first. But I guess his finger-picking guitar style sort of influenced all these different musicians in the 60s who were discovering blues musicians and the folk revival. You know, Jerry Garcia started out on the banjo, you know, traveling around with David Grisman and going to all these bluegrass festivals and discovering all this in the folk music revival. So then in, I think, his 30s, he became an ordained minister or whatever. And that was one of the songs that he wrote. So, Reverend Gary Davis, here you go. And to keep on the Grateful Dead train, I don't know why this song came to me. Comes a Time. They used to play it in A. I don't know if they play it in I tried it in A in this book that I have, Grateful Dead Lyrics and Chords. It's in G, and I just like it better in G. Let's see, we'll give it a try. Comes a time when the blind man takes your hand, says, don't you see? We gotta make it somehow. Dreams that we still believe, don't give it up. You got an empty cup, only love can fill, that only love can fill. Walking all night, but I don't see much difference between the dark and the light. I feel the wind and I taste the rain, but never in my mind to cause so much pain. When the blind man takes your hand, says, don't you see? Gotta make it somehow on the dreams that we still believe, don't give it up. You got an empty cup, only love can fill, only love can fill. From day to day, just let me ride words coming out like an angry storm. You hear some silly things you never could believe. No, no, no. When you cool down and you find your head, you're gonna have a lot of words you got to stand behind. Comes a time when the blind man will take your hand, says, don't you see? You gotta make it somehow. The dreams still believe. Don't give it up. You got an empty cup that only love can fill. That only love will fill. All right. Comes a time. So, when I was looking for that, I was listening, I wanted to listen to how Jerry sang this one particular part, and so I listened to it. I was like, wait, that's not in G. No, that's in A. And so I looked it up online. All right, comes a time. Chord and lyrics. Neil Young. What? Neil Young. Oh yeah. Neil Young had a song, Comes a Time. Comes a time. Oh wait, no, it's comes a time when you're drifting. There comes a time when you settle down. There comes a time feelings lifting. I lift that baby right off the ground. Oh, this old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees ain't laying down. There comes a time. There comes a time. You and I, we were captured, took our souls and we flew away. You were right, we were given, that's how we kept what we gave away. Oh, this old world keeps spinning round. It's a wonder tall trees and right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Comes a time by Neil Young. All right. What should we do next? Let's see if I have any good stories about anything. Anybody out there got any ideas about stories? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I thought I had a story about one of these songs that I just played. I can't remember what it is right now. Let's play a Bob Dylan song. Let's put that bossa nova back beat on this one. What could possibly go wrong? The Saturday night concert needs is a little bossa nova beat. find the love. Yeah, Bobby D. You know, that is from one of my favorite Bobby Dylan albums. I should have it here amongst my favorite albums. Called Desire. If you don't know this album, you should know this album. Let's see if I can find it here, so I can show all you people out upon the interwebs. I mean, I'm sure you could Google it, but, you know, it's nothing quite like watching someone's ass as they search through their records to try to find it. Man, this album, this was the one where he was touring with a Rolling Thunder review after this. Scarlett Rivera on violin, Hurricane. Ah, man, there's not a weak song on this album. Hurricane opens up. ISIS, Mozambique, maybe there's a weak song, but that's kind of fun. One More Cup of Coffee, which I just played. Oh Sister, on the back. Joey, Romance in Durango, okay, yeah, all right, maybe there's a couple weak ones. Black Diamond Day, and Sarah. Man, what an album. Go out to your local record store. No, don't go out. Not with a mask and gloves and a full bodysuit. You know, they recently came out with a documentary on Netflix about this tour. Look, there he is. Joan Baez. He once said about Joan Baez, I think, or maybe she said about him, that the way they sang together, there was no other two people that they'd ever sang with that harmonized the way that I communicated through song the way they do. I would totally agree. Documentary is fascinating, and they put out a bootleg. He put out a bootleg series from this tour, which is amazing. So there you go. There's a little bit of musical history. Hey, Max Page. I'll wave to Max Page. There you go. Hope everyone's doing okay out there. Let me see. What other song should I play? Well, that was pretty much it, but I was going to try this one folk song that I dug out. I got to remember where the hell it is, though. I think it's in this one. Once again, Jerry Garcia brought this to me, this folk song. Ain't no bread in the bread box. Man, I should learn that one. I think it's in this one, The Wind and the Rain. Tough Mama. There's a good one that the Jerry Band used to play. It's a Bob Dylan song. I don't think I can remember all the... maybe it's not in that one. Maybe it's in this one. Maybe it's not in either of these ones. When I paint my masterpiece. When I paint my masterpiece. I thought it was in this one. Maybe I can remember it. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, it's called Oh, the Wind and the Rain. So they put it with the O's. I mean, that makes no sense. It's also called The Dreadful Wind and Rain, but I don't think you should put it under D for dreadful. I think you should just put it under W for wind and rain. There. That's my alphabetizing rant for the night. Oh, I still have accompanying chords on. That's exciting. Two sisters came a-walking down the stream on the wind and the rain. The younger one behind pushed the younger one in, crying, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Johnny gave the younger one a gay gold ring, said, oh, the wind and the rain, and didn't give the older one anything, crying, oh, the dreadful wind. Pushed her into that river to drown all the wind and the rain, and watched her as she floated down, crying, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. She floated till she came to a miller in the pond, all the wind and the rain, crying, mama, mama, there swims a swan, oh, the dreadful wind and the rain. The miller pulled it out with his long fishing hook, all the wind and the rain. I pulled that fair maid from the brook, crying, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Left her there on the bank to dry, all the wind and the rain, till a fiddling fool came passing by, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Out of the woods came a fiddler fair, oh, the wind and the rain, and took 30 strands of a long yellow hair, crying, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Well, he made a fiddle bow out of her little hand, oh, the wind and the rain. He made a fiddle bow from her long yellow hands, crying, oh, the yellow wind and rain. He made fiddle pegs out of her finger bones, oh, the wind and the rain. He made fiddle pegs out of her long finger bones, crying, oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that fiddle could play was all the wind and the rain. Said the only tune the damn fiddle could play was all the dreadful wind and the rain. it's one of those good old traditional songs. I just heard banjo trying to get in. Banjo? No? Maybe it was one of the kids scratching at the door. Who knows? Man, there's so much about these old traditional songs, but this one, man, it just has this magical part where this fiddler, right? This girl gets murdered by her older sister, right? You just listen to the song, right? Fiddler comes out of the woods and is like, "Oh, what do we have here?" Right? Makes a fiddle bow out of her long yellow hair and makes fiddle pegs out of her long finger bones. It's just like, oh, okay. There's another murder, no big deal. No big deal. Let's make a fiddle out of this girl, right? Made a little fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, I didn't sing that one. Whose sound could melt a heart of stone. But the only thing that fiddle could play, it was like cursed, right? The only thing that it could play was, the wind and the rain, the dreadful wind and rain. Man, that's just a heavy song. I love those old songs, man. I should do a whole bunch of murder ballads one day. Man, that's a good one. I mean, it's got everything. It's got a fiddling fool. It's got murder. What do you want from a folk song? All right, till we meet again. I think that's about it. Sean Deegan. Hey, I get to wave to Sean Deegan. Unless anyone has any requests out there, not that I would necessarily know them. Play that till we meet again someday. I'll play that one. Don't know where, don't know when. We'll meet again some sunny day. Oh, Walk on the Ocean by Toad the Wet Sprocket, huh? That's a great, catchy song. I don't know that one. We spotted the ocean. That has one of those. The head of the train. Walk on the ocean. Fruit Bats? No, it's not that one. It was Vera Lynn. It wasn't Wilco. It wasn't Comes a Time. I don't know where Vera went. Don't know where Vera went. Don't know where, don't know when. But I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Yeah, I think that's probably it for tonight. Hope you all have a great week. Hope you can join me and possibly Rosie and Sarah tomorrow at 11 for, it's Easter, for the Sunday morning version of this live streaming thing, whatever it is. Hope you all have a good week. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. Help each other out. All that good stuff. All right. We'll see ya.